Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. It's Tom MacDonald Tuesday, which means another Tom MacDonald reaction coming to you. This one is the official music video for his track If I Was Black. Now, judging by the title, I'm pretty sure it may have caused a little bit of controversy when it came out in 2019, and even people maybe that are still watching it and reacting to it today have mixed opinions about it and mixed views, mixed thoughts and feelings. So this one will be an interesting one. I mean, Tom MacDonald ones, they're always interesting because he has so much to say and he has quite extreme views about certain things, and yet sometimes at the same time he sort of plays devil's advocate and says things to kind of create a stir or to start conversations. Ultimately that's what he does, which is brilliant. I'm all for that. And yeah, normally it ends up causing controversy along the way, whatever he says or does. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what he has in this one. Here we go.
If I was black, probably wouldn't with anyone who's white, cause that slavery would honestly always be on my mind. If I was black, probably wouldn't ever wanna drive, cause if police pull me over, I might go around and die. If I was black, I won't lie, I'd be scared to walk at night. The whole neighborhood is tripping like I'm out committing crimes. I'd be pissed at all these cracker rappers singing about my life. Stole my music, stole my style, give it back, that is mine. If I was black, just look at the facts, we don't stand a chance. 1 in 3 is locked away, over half don't know they dead. See, white privilege and a money thing, but it's white people who are running things. Y'all benefit from your coloring, my pigment produce suffering. It's all white pride, white power, white lies, white houses, white guys, whitewashing. My brothers, my sisters, my culture while I'm watching. If I was black, I'd probably hate myself from they say. Racism made me racist, and I am not the one to blame. Hey, y'all won't say it to my face. In the circles you feel safe. Y'all been using words they made for us when we were slaves. Hey, hey, wait, whoa, I know that was long ago. If I was black, I'd want my reparation money paid.
If I was black, I'd take the police, I'd take the whole clan, I'd put holes in their sheets. If I was black, I'd put gold on my teeth, so if you think I'm broke, you will know when I speak. If I was black, it's my face on a T, R.I.P. underneath, on my name next to free. If I was black, I would die in these streets just for speaking my mind, because I had a dream. If I was black.
If I was black, probably wouldn't ever do my taxes. Why support a government that persecute my blackness, or pay the wage of law enforcement putting us in caskets, or help to build the prisons that we trapped in?
If I was black, I'd be mad. People glorify the trap while we dying every day, fighting for everything we have. It ain't diamond chains and racks, this a systematic plan. They put us in the ghetto, gave us HIV and crack. If I was black,
I just want to pause it there. I know we're sort of nearly 2 minutes in, and this is sort of nearly just short of 4 minutes. I just want to say, I'm getting the impression from this that he's very sincere in everything that he's saying. This is not one of those satirical things that he does. This is not one of those things where he kind of makes fun of something. Like he has done in some of his other tracks, where it's very sort of tongue-in-cheek, it's very sarcastic, it's satire. This, you can tell, to me, he seems very, very sincere. He's addressing so many points with regards to what it is like to be a person of colour, what it's like to be black. And I hugely respect him for doing this, because for all of the things that Tom MacDonald has said, where he's kind of played devil's advocate and he's sort of been kind of unapologetic for who he is and the genre of music that he's chosen to go into, and he's kind of defended himself with regards to people accusing him of cultural appropriation and stealing the culture and all that sort of thing. For all of his strong views on stuff to do with race, I commend him for doing this, because this is kind of like flipping it to the other side, where he is addressing and acknowledging the struggles that black people go through every single day. Police brutality, being stopped by the police just for doing nothing wrong, just because of the colour of your skin. And we all know that's what it's to do with. It's not, it's anybody that says otherwise is in denial, frankly. because the majority of the time it's not that that person's doing anything particularly wrong, or they're not doing anything that maybe a white person who would be pulled over for would literally just get a slap on the wrist, a little bit of a ticking off, and be waved on their way, or maybe just get a ticket and that's it. For a person of colour, for a black person, it's a whole different ball game. Like he said, you don't know when you get stopped by the police whether or not you're actually going to die, whether you will be brutalised physically, verbally, mentally, emotionally, in every way possible. And for him to kind of touch on these sorts of things, what it's like to kind of go around with the colour of the skin that this person has, knowing that could be turned against them through no fault of their own, through nothing that they cannot help, for something that they cannot change. I commend him. I really highly respect him for doing this, because it does flip the tables on people who say, oh, I love Tom MacDonald, you know, because he kind of looks at it, you know, from a white person's point of view. You know, he's a true white guy who's in the culture and in the genre of music and that sort of thing. He gets it. And then, you know, people kind of use him almost as like a poster boy for justifying why they're kind of racist, or, you know, whether that be sort of on the down low racist, or whether that be out and out racist. Like, well, Tom MacDonald says this, and Tom MacDonald defends, you know, the fact that he's white, so if he can do it, then I can do it. And that is not on Tom MacDonald for people to actually say that or take that attitude. He is giving his opinions, and he has very strong opinions and views about things, but at the same time, he does not come across as a racist person. So to use him as a poster boy to justify your racism is unacceptable, frankly, because in no way does he come across as racist. I think he puts his points across about what it's like to be white and within this genre of music, and with, you know, sort of immersed in this culture. He puts his points across brilliantly, even if, and I've said before, even if I don't agree with every single thing that he said in his songs, and every single view that he has, I don't completely agree with it. At the same time, there are a lot of points and views that he has that I totally get. I totally get where he's coming from. I see his point. I respect it. I admire him for being outspoken and saying these things in order to start, hopefully, civilized conversations, or conversations that are going to lead to people being more open-minded and seeing things from different perspectives, not just from their own perspective, but from somebody else's. And questioning themselves and the way they view things. So I love that he's done this. He's like flipped it, and he's actually done it where he's kind of supporting the black community. He's kind of coming out and saying, well, this is what it's like to be black. And for all the things that I've said about being white, and I will defend being white, because like a black person, it's something that I cannot control. It's my pigment. At the same time, I totally stand with the black community and this genre of music, and I totally get why you guys feel the way you do a lot of the time. It's totally reasonable, it's totally understandable to feel angry and quite bitter and mistrustful. Like you don't necessarily want to trust a white person, because you think, well, you know, they might be nice to my face, but are they, you know, what are they saying behind my back? What are they saying behind closed doors? Are they trustworthy? Or would they turn on me if we had an argument? Would their racism then come out? So I love all the points that he's making. Absolutely brilliant. And props to him for doing this. Props to him for you know, doing the flip side and putting this across, because I think he's definitely somebody that needs to be heard and listened to, and definitely acknowledged, and all the things that he says, from whatever perspective he comes from, it all needs to be taken on board, because yeah, we need people like this in the world, to have open, frank, honest conversations, and to start these kind of things, hopefully changing for the better. And I think this is the way to do it. Just have conversations, get to know somebody from a different perspective. You know, get to know somebody that's from a different culture or a different background or a different race, or, you know, a different ethnic background. You know, get to know those people before you judge, and judge the person for the person that they are, rather than what culture or skin color they are. You know, so I love this, absolutely love this so far. The visuals are absolutely awesome, love it. And yeah, I mean, although this might be sort of controversial to some, you know, the fact that he's kind of basically painted himself, you know, like a darker skin colour, and yeah, he's kind of like using a black person's mouth and facial features and things on himself within the video. Very, very cleverly done, obviously with effects and stuff, but just brilliant. I love it. If this drives the point home, and it makes people sit up and pay attention, then I'm all for it. So props to him for doing this. Love this so far. Right, let's carry on and see where else he goes with
The
this.
ghetto gave us HIV and crack. If I was black, I'd hate America. Appropriate my character and sell it to Caucasians who wish they were from my area. If I was black, I wouldn't give a about the greater good. My grandma can't afford a rent. Y'all gentrified our neighborhood. Our lives matter, so stupid. Y'all hijacking our movement. Black lives matter because we losing innocent youth to police shootings. If I was black, the only role models I'm shown is the rich black rappers pushing guns and drugs and hoes. Yeah.
Hey, y'all won't say it to my face. In the circles you feel safe. Y'all been using words they
Wow,
made for
yeah.
us when we were slaves. Hey, hey, wait, whoa. I know that was long ago. If I was black, I'd want my reparation money paid. If I
You're
was
right.
black,
You should.
The police, I took the whole clan, I put holes in their sheets.
Long overdue.
If I was black, I put gold on my teeth.
The very
So
least
if you
of
think
them
I'm
people
broke,
do
you will know
prank
when I
crazy.
speak. If I was black, it's my face on a T. R.I.P. underneath, on my name next to free. If I was black, I would die in these streets just for speaking my mind because I had a dream. If I was black,
you'd attack when I say I'm proud, cause you're mad that you ain't allowed.
if I was black,
Y'all ever tried to take me down? One fist in the air, I would stay my ground.
if I was black, I took the police, I took the whole clan, I put holes in their sheets. If I was black, I put gold on my teeth. So if you think I'm broke, you will know when I speak. If I was black, it's my face on a T. R.I.P. underneath, on my name next to free. If I was black, I would die in these streets just for speaking
Love
my
this
mind
video. The
because I
visuals are
had a
amazing.
dream. If I was black.
Wow. Oh, Nova, she always knows how to shoot absolute bangers as far as like visuals and music videos and stuff go. She's just awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to check out some of her music in the new year, guys, because you know, now we're into 2022. I think it's time to kind of start looking at her stuff, because I've heard she's awesome in her own right. So yeah, definitely be checking out Nova. But just awesome. Like I said before, just the visuals were just on point, just brilliant in every single way. Really drove the point home, what he was saying. The beat and the instrumental, love that. So catchy and just brilliantly done. Just really went perfectly again with the whole feel of the song and what he was trying to convey. Yeah, loved it. Loved everything that he had to say. It's actually one of my new top favourites of Tom MacDonald's that he's done so far. Just because of what it represents and things that he had to say in this, and brilliant points that he made, and just the fact that, you know, if it just gets one white person thinking from a different perspective and imagining, if I was black, what if I was black, you know, if I was treated like this, how would I feel? And that is such an important thing. That's what we all need to do more, I think, is, like I said, just think outside the box. Just put yourself in somebody's shoes. Just try to put yourself in somebody's shoes as much as you can and imagine, what if that was me? What if that was me being pulled over and treated that way? What if that was me doing nothing wrong and being scared that I was going to die? You know, what if that was me being judged just because of the way I look with regards to my skin colour, my skin pigment? If the roles were reversed, what if the racism was aimed at white people the way it is so frequently and on such a scale that it is towards black people and other people of colour? You know, Asians, you know, Muslim people, just everyone, Native Americans and Indigenous people from other countries, like whether that be Australia or Canada or America or you know, everywhere. What if that was me? What if I was put in that person's shoes? How would I feel? What would that do to my mind and my emotions and just my way of thinking? How would I react? You know, what would happen to me? So I love that he did this. Absolutely incredible. And like I say, this is probably one of my top 5 favourites of Tom MacDonald ones that I've heard so far. This is definitely one that I'm going to have to go back and listen to a few times again after I finish filming this, and just really take that in every single thing that he said, and just really sit and just contemplate every single point that he made. Not that I haven't done before, but I mean, just putting it in a song like this, the way he did it with the visuals, and even without the visuals, just the way he worded it, it just makes you really stop and think, like, wow, yeah, what if I was black? What if I was in that person's shoes? So epic. Loved this. Really loved this. So if you love this too, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with more Tom MacDonald reactions every Tuesday, Tom MacDonald Tuesday, and reactions for other artists. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.